Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to jump into a Premier Kaldheim draft here. Again, I'm not asking chat right now. I am finding that my pace of play when playing the snow decks is such that I'm still a little afraid of best of three on clock reasons, as I continue to sort my brain out with a challenging format that's pushing me to my time limits on these events when I end up in a grindier deck. So by entering Premier, even though we seem like we're drafting red-black all the time, I really want to be able to draft anything. And that means right now drafting in Premier so that I feel totally comfortable first picking a green-blue snow duel and moving into the snow deck and looking for a super grindy outcome, and then not worrying, and that I can handle that on a game-to-game basis. But these match clocks have been a little much for me, so that's my plan here. And I'm not going to force not Rakdos. If Rakdos is there again for us today, if we open a stupid black-red bomb, that dragon, or we get past it, or the table just insists, I'll do it again. I will do Rakdos again if forced. If you push me, I'll do it. But my goal here really is to find something else to do today, and especially to explore the more controlling nonsense side. But it depends on what we open. Because honestly, if you're going to be controlling nonsense, you darn well better have opened a bomb in this format. If you're going to be all controlling nonsense to get to your 5-drop common or whatever and try to win with that, I think you're going to have trouble. Like, basically, it feels like if you can get the powerful late game, then you can do controlling nonsense. But if you can't find that kind of late game power, that kind of game winning slam it and close the door and win, if you don't have that in your deck, then I think that's where the hyper aggro synergy aggro is a little more interesting as a foil to the big spell control, big spell long game that you were seeing a lot in this format, which everybody, there's conventional wisdom is starting to shake itself out here, and certainly the conventional wisdom is that this is a Prince format, which is to say that it is heavily driven by the power level at rare and uncommon. So keep that in mind. The conventional wisdom in the world of secondary market is that Card Kingdom is one of your industry leaders in distributing cardboard. Well, cardboard with pretty pictures on it and mana symbols and dusty-looking book on the back. That's Magic the Gathering products. Yes, they have all the sealed products, singles, and supplies you need for your tabletop game. They've been sponsoring me forever now. Really appreciate it. And I just want to remind you to get there via my affiliate link. If you click on the panels on my Twitch page, the notes of my YouTube video, or that link there from Hat in chat, you will get there from here. They'll know you got there from here, and any business you do with them will do some support for this stream. Keep me on the air, right? That's the plan. Help me execute. Thank you so much. And check out all their Kaladesh stuff. I keep saying Kaladesh because the KAL, it gets me. But Kaldheim, of course, you can get Kaladesh stuff there. I'm sure they have tons of Kaladesh stuff, but the new hotness, of course, is Kaldheim, and you can get all that there too. Thanks, Card Kingdom. We're going to jump in here, though. Get into draft mode. No, that's deck building mode. Draft mode. There we go. I'll update this stuff. Snow is the new hotness. Well, fool, I didn't miss that comment. Thank you so much for the resub. Much appreciated. But yes, if you go... if you want a reaction from me for your sub, you better do it when I'm not spieling for Card Kingdom or whatever. Don't do it during my intro video or I will miss it. Well, snow control indeed. That would be a fine place to start. Blood on the Snow, super powerful. I do use 17 lands, but I don't trust that any third-party thing will be there. I track my own. I track my own. I track my own because I'm pretty sure Google will be there tomorrow. I have no idea if 17 lands is going to be there tomorrow. I love, yeah, binding is appealing as well, but it's 2-color and blood is mono. Although if we take this, we're probably going to end up 4-color. I'm going to take it though. Yeah, you hear what I mean. I agree that this is not necessarily 2-color in that way, or not necessarily monocolored, but we would play it in a black deck with no snow. And then Icebind Pillar to follow is nice. 2 snow rewards. Snow Plains is one of the worst, but it's good to see that we got past Snow Plains. Like, I'd be really, like, if that pack we got past didn't have a Snowland in it, I'd be like, oh, okay. And now we get Snow-Covered Island, or 2 of the best commons in the format, including 1 in our color. And then, of course, the Priest. But I don't think we want to take the Priest. This is the type of thing we're trying to wheel. We want to wheel the Priest. We don't want to take Priest, pick 3. So it's either going to be Snow Island to make that stand, or Behold to just take a quality card that matches. Jinx thinks we'll wheel this land. I think you're right that we are more likely to wheel a single snow basic than a snow dual, Jinx, but I think you are wrong in terms of this being likely to wheel, or that, you know, it's too much of a chance, I think I should say. I do want, it would be great if you could guarantee me we'll wheel the land. Of course we would take one of the other spells, but with these 2 starts we really need to make our stand, and I'm happy we did this, and now happy we're doing this. Rimewood, 4th pick, is kind of where we all want to be here. Oh, Packmate is amazing. Packmate and Behold, so good. They're both so good. This is what I don't like about this format, though. I don't like that I just took a basic land 3rd pick, but I am trying to study the format and study those who've played it more than me and who understand how to approach this deck. And the philosophy behind taking these lands early is that when you cut them off, if we cut them off pack 1, we can really carve out the snow lane as ours. And then while we're passing Augury Ravens and Packmates and Beholds for these lands, and it's tough, we make our stand, we carve out our lane, and then we can get really hooked up in the packs that flow afterwards. That's the idea anyway. So here, another spot. I basically, Sultai Snow is going to be hard for me to pass. Here we have Elven Bow and Glittering Frost, but I'm going to continue to do this thing and really try to send that signal. Carve out that lane as ours. Snow-Covered Plains, again, is a good sign. Oh, Jinx, when we took... You heard me. What did I say? Pack 1, pick 1. I said, well, this is monocolored, but really it means we're 4 colors. When you're heading this hard into snow and you got the Rimewood, yeah, you're just assuming green, Jinx. Like, this is a base green deck that we've started drafting. The only, like, these planes are terrible. Like, these planes are really hurtful. That they're hurtful. I mean, not that they're like trying to hurt our feelings. It's just that they're the least useful snow duel. So yeah, I like a Jarl here. Jarl or Yeti, either is fine. But nobody is going to want the Yeti, and the I can't tell what you're saying, Razor. Do you think this is a train wreck? Or are you answering somebody else? Can't tell. If somebody thinks it's a train wreck, this is going just fine. Oh, yeah, Jinx, this is not a train wreck. This is great. And look, we get a Shimmerdrift Veil. And we did wheel our Snow Swamp. So we did it. We have really carved out our lane and should get rewarded. We can even take a Snow Plains if we want to... I mean, we could also take Run Ashore. What do you think? Is this another just a random? Yeah, Dogged Pursuit could be a win con. All right, let's cut the run ashore. I like that. Hawk comes back. Scald, if we end up with some of these free white sources, is a fine pickup here over this stuff. I'm not using this yet, but if we find a sweet Saga and get some free white sources, it'd be fine. Yeah, Onslaught's a good pick to still be there, but we're obviously pretty far away from being any kind of core white. Like this Thought Thief. These late whatever Thought Thieves are the type of thing that make up for the land picks, you know, filler cards that at least give you the playables while you're picking lands. Warhorn Blast. Yeah, exactly. You know, great. Somebody called it great. I think what they meant, true calling this great, is great that it was there. Like Thought Thief is great at that point in the pack. I main deck a Broken Wing, so that's not awful either. Oh, interesting. We've got it. Okay, this is a cool pick. I really want your opinions here. In fact, I'm going to pull it right away. And 20-second poll on Chariot, Pillar, or Binding, or other, in case I'm missing something down below. But I want to get the poll fired off. I have found this to be very good. It's not really our plan, but it makes kitties and then starts duping them right away. I've really loved this card a lot. But man, Binding of the Old Gods, destroying anything and then running it ashore, or again, you know, getting it back with Master Scald if we get the white. And then Pillar, maybe the Pillar. I think Pillar is so splashable. All right, everybody's on Chariot. I wanted to make sure, like, I've never had this on stream before. I've had this like 2 or 3 times off air, and it's been very good. But I wanted to see where chat was on it before we committed. Boreal is a nice reward for snow, but we could also take the Veil or the Tree Line. Veil is close, but we've seen the table pass on Veil, so I think we can now. Yeah, we have Feed and Boreal, which are both super appealing. And the table has said they're not interested in this. I don't know why, but I think I'm going to give it a shot and try to wheel it. I do think it is Veil. Like, if you told me that this wasn't going to wheel, I would take it. But we saw one wheel already, and there's an Arctic Tree Line in here that is probably a backup pick for us. So I'm going to take the powerful uncommon enabler over the removal or the fixing. Here, I like the Chasm, though. Oh yeah, there's a great chance it'll wheel. In fact, I'm kind of counting on it based on how the table is played so far, Craig. They've been passing on snow stuff so steadily, I practically want to take an Augury Raven here over a Woodland Chasm, but I'm not passing on Sultai Snow Duels. This is not a Sultai Snow Duel, but it's a Snow Duel worth potentially having if we branch out into the pure nonsense. And so you take the Frostbite for the pure nonsense, the Mirror Lake. Here's a couple of Sultai lands that are not they're not snow, but are pretty cool. This is the Copy, and this is the Bring Back. Do you want Copy or Bring Back? I think Copy, because it gets the counter. Another Copy land, but in this case, I think we take Behold. Happy to get a Behold here. And really happy to get a Raven here, I think, over Saw It Coming. We do have Outrider. We want to get our creature count up. This being a 4/4 flyer after an Outrider would be nice. Snow-covered mountain. If we get red snow, I would like it to be dual land based. I doubt we're playing just a plain old snow mountain. But what else are we taking? Disdainful Stroke, maybe? I guess Stroke is playable. And the one thing about these decks where you're taking all this land is that you do end up short on non-land playables if you're not careful. I don't like this very much. I think Stroke is better. Bergstrider, a fantastic pick 8. Last fresh card of this pack is right on plan for us. All right, back to our starting pack. There wasn't much in it. Is this the one? No, this is the Chariot one. So if I wheel that Snowland, it'll be next pack, right? We already have one Broken Wings. I don't think we want another one. We could protect our stuff with the Veil, or just have it. Yeah, I like the generic Spider. It's very whatever, but it's fine. It's playable. All right, we did not wheel our anything land, but we did get a tree line. It opens up a little bit of white snow for us, and we'll take that. I took the risk on it wheeling, and it did not come to pass. I'll take a Saw It Coming here, though. Got our port anyway. We could just take Depart the Realm to help us tempo and you know, stay alive. But I think we go ahead and take port. I think we have enough playables to do that. Another Stroke. Don't think we're playing 2 Strokes, but I'm not playing the Revenge either. Currently 8 creatures. Well, it's a green mythic. Hopefully it's good for us. Is it any good? God of the Tree, 1 green, vigilance, add 1 mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have... Okay, so it's like just okay. There's this flip side. Maybe this flip... we can do Wooburg, so maybe we can get the legendary enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature. Battlefield. Okay, so you get free stuff if you cast a Prismatic Bridge. I don't think there's anything else worth taking. Like if there was this piece of black removal, you know, exile for 4, we would do that. But sure, let's try this. We might even get there with what we're doing. Also worth noting, we did not wheel the Priest. You know, there was a pick where Jinx wanted to take this like 3rd, and I was saying, no, we want to try and wheel these. And I do want to try and wheel these. I'm surprised that we didn't. So, feels like we're not the only one in snow, especially black snow. I mean, keep in mind that we've been very blue-green ever since first pick Blood on the Snow. I'm going to take Blizzard Brawl here. We don't have a lot of interaction yet. I like the Reaper. I like the Priest. Priest and Brawl are creature interaction. My problem with Priest is that it doesn't work on the turn you draw it. And this isn't the dual land I want, so I like where we landed. And here we get a Narfi as a reward. That's a nice payoff. Maybe we'll wheel Replicating Ring, Icehide Troll, Draugr, one of these things. Ooh, Pridemate would be great. But we're going to take Narfi. Yeah, black has not seemed open, but it's okay. We don't need black to be open. We need green fixing to be open. And then we'll have no problem casting a Blood on the Snow and a Narfi. And a Herald, for that matter. Although we can take a Snow Island here. Or an Elderfang. The trouble with Elderfang is that it wants to be a 2-drop. And as we've seen, we're pretty light on black. And we do have some serious 2s thanks to... thanks to Foretell. We can really set up on 2 decently. Yeah, Seeker. Where's the Seeker? Yeah, let's do Seeker. Seeker, in a sense, is a snow-covered island, right? And I don't like the early black, since we're not trying to be heavy black. This isn't bad, though. Not much else for us here. There's no removal. Not taking Arachnoform. Really suddenly fighting for blue, it seems like, but this is a fine Sulphurous Mire. Gives us some red, inherent white. 3 seasons hopefully is good enough for us. This is the card that we've been taking a lot of. Well, here's the thing. I don't even care. I don't want early black cards that aren't snow based. I'm taking 3 seasons because it's it might be playable, and I didn't see anything there as even might. Elven Bow, though, we'll take that. Trickster God over Jarl, over Horizon Seeker, over Masked Vandal. I would like a Masked Vandal, but Trickster God seems like you could do something with it. I don't know. Giving away a elf token. I guess we can take a Vandal. It's really nice to have a Vandal in this format. And we'll take a Yeti here. That can win games, you know. You get things slowed down, that Yeti can do it. So this deck didn't get, like, crazy good stuff, but it's solid. Take a Bind here, or maybe just a Kennel. And we got 15 creatures in the main right now. I'll take the Bind. Yeah, Snow's getting snatched up a bit, but we're fine there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Snowlands, maybe a little under what we'd like, but yeah, the whole thing is kind of medium. We only got the snow payoffs we got at Uncommon or Boreal, Outrider, and like the removal, but we didn't get a lot of the uncommon support. I think that's overreading Fenor. The reason to take that ETB tapped land was because it's useful to those not in snow. Like, I would play the ETB tapped land in not snow, which is why we were so surprised to see it wheel the first time. And oh yeah, Narf is a good reward. I kind of forgot Narfy. But I don't, to suggest that passing, to suggest that a pack 2 pick 3 or pack 2 pick 2 ETB snow duel or snowland when we had wheeled one from the first pack and wheeled everything from the first pack. No snowlands were gone from the first pack, basically. I don't think that that was the haha moment for somebody. I think the idea that we would, if we had just not done that, we'd have been hooked up with snow, I think is taking it too far. But we can't know. That's just my feeling. All right, 5 cuts to make. Oh wait, 4 cuts to make, because that's just garbage and shouldn't even be in the deck. Oh, wings. Is it in the deck though? Hold on a second. I gotta brag on my daughter for a second. Can I brag on my daughter? She's been working at a Petco for closing like over 3 months, under 6 months. But it's her first. She's 19. It's her first full-time ish job. It's not super full. It's like 30. She's working, and I knew she would do well, but she texted that my store manager just told me that I am the strongest person he has on the floor working customer service. He said, "Don't tell them, but you're doing better than the other managers." Oh yeah, that's my girl. I told her she's really internalized my biggest piece of job advice to anybody out there, and it was for my daughter, and she's really internalized it, and it's working for her here, is that if you're not working for yourself, if you're working for somebody, we all have the same job. People working for somebody else all have the same job, and that job is make your boss look good to their boss. That's your job. You do that, and you're gonna do well. Yeah, I doubt she's gonna get paid more than the other managers, but it is also a point that I'm making to her that, like, look, I always knew you're going to be a kind of a dream employee for them. Your problem is that you have no work experience. As you get work experience, she already has things to take into a new interview, right? I was like, look, if you want to try and move up, you want to get more money, you already have accomplishments you could take to another interview and say, here's why I am awesome. Here's what I have done in my short time in the workforce, and I can do that for you now. Proud Papa memes. What is the closest thing to a Proud Papa meme? Maybe this. All right, let's finish this deck. 15 creatures, 12 non. Maybe we can cut this run ashore. Let's see. How are we doing on this? Snow permanence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 snow permanents. Is that something I could have looked up in here? Maybe. Is there some snow count? Maybe not. Anyway, 15. Oh, I skipped pillar. So sorry. 16. That's basically a little better than a third of our deck. So milling 3 cards is more often than not going to produce something to return. And that's on an empty graveyard. So I think we can run it and be fine about that. We could cut one of these Thought Thieves. We could cut... Elven Bow is like a creature. Yeah, 3rd chapter is nice. Oh, I was never going to cut it. I'm just like counting creatures. Like basically with Chariot and Bow, we have some creatures that aren't creatures. So let me get to this view. Disdainful Stroke is absolutely main deckable. I think we do cut it. It's a reasonable call out to cut because it does sit in your hand sometimes, and we need to find cuts. Recluse Out is also a good call. I think I like both of those, maybe to get to 40. The thing that I love about... I love this reprint choice, and I know the designer was thinking about it when they... whoever snuck this into the file. The decision to put Disdainful Stroke in the set is... I think about Foretell, where I can go Foretell. Let's say I'm on the draw, and you're on the play, and on the play turn 2, you foretell a Behold the Multiverse, and on my turn 2, I just play a land and pass, and then on your turn 3, you attempt to cast Behold the Multiverse, and on turn 2, I can actually counter your Behold the Multiverse with Disdainful Stroke. So the ability of Disdainful Stroke to get stuff before turn 4, I think, is what makes it interesting in the format. But I do think it's probably the cut here, and that this looks pretty good to me. 17 lands in best of 1 is fine with me too, especially when we're trying to cast a 6-drop, go long, recur Narfi, that kind of thing. And saw it coming, yeah, is fun. Saw it coming better to keep because it just gets everything. That's a good point. Broken Wings is another cuttable card. Like maybe I will run it like we can. I'll actually cut a Broken Wings and a. I think I want the Saw It Coming, but then. And the Bind the Monster I like as well. But then I will ask chat what to do about the last card. I could use a pre-game bio break anyway, so I think I'll do a poll for the final slot and then rejoin you momentarily. And we will call this Stroke. And Wings for Broken Wings. And even Thief. If you want to bring in the Thief, the Thought, this Thought Thief, we can do that. And yeah, I'll do Run for Run Ashore Other. And if we do a... We might need to rerun it if there's a spread out interest, but let's start with these, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish the deck and get going. Thanks, gang. Hold on. Oh, close enough for a rerun. I'll rerun it down to Stroke, Wings, and Run. Just a quick one here. You gonna make me have another runoff? Fine, another runoff. This is your fault, not mine. Yeah, rank voting could be interesting. Although that's going to be too complicated for the... Like, I wouldn't even want to ask chat to do rank choice. You don't like this entering tapped? Or the fact that it's double black? We are a little greedy on our black, but we do have a Horizon Seeker. One of the things we really missed here was the lack of a the enchantment or the untapper. I'm still gonna run it, Jinx. You're right that it's a little greedy, like with the black, but I think we can do it. And we'll bring in the Stroke as voted upon. Yeah, that's a reasonable suggestion, Strickler. Jarl isn't doing much here. What about Jarl for Draugr? It just as a generic creature inclusion, and then we can really just focus on this being here for a late game blowout thing. Draugr's good late. Narfi, obviously Narfi. Good call, Strickler. I like that. We were focused on the that last slot at the bottom end, but not really on whether or not this medium mid-range black creature mattered. What did you end up deciding, Jinx? I didn't see. Yeah, good point. Dawn of Creation. Is that this? That looks like a Dawn of Creation sleeve. Or is there another one that's... Jarl is a Berserker, isn't it? Oh, it is a... I thought it was one of those Berserkers, but you're right. I think it works with both. To that end, we could run both, cut something else, but I think this is fine. let's stick to the plan and get to the drafting. I want... Oh, we need proper basics, though. 4 islands. Well, actually, I don't even know what our lands should be yet. Let's start with what they are, and then decide on how many. Yeah, it is removal light. I mean, that's why I liked getting that Blizzard Brawl when we had something else. Blood on the Snow is king of removal, at least. So we packed all of our removal into one card. And let's say, okay, without adding any more lands, where we're at currently for blue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue. Black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black, and green has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're at 6, 6, 5, and 5 is kind of correct for the black. And so then I kind of like going 7, 7, 8, 8. I think that's correct. And yes, Blood on the Snow is a little bit tough still with 5 sources, but it's a late game card. 5 is like the minimum, absolute minimum number of sources I would want for a double colored spell. And even then, I want it to be a late game card. But I think a late game card with 5 sources is acceptable. We just have to keep in mind that if possible, we really want Shimmerdrift Veil on black. So let's try this. And yeah, Secret fixes a little bit. That's true. I didn't count it in the sources, but it's kind of we have 5+ sources of black, you might say. Good call. And 6. I forgot the God. This just literally taps for black. So that's actually okay. Whee! I like that. That makes me feel a lot better, actually. All right. Give me a name. Give me a name, David, and then we'll go snow. How about I don't want to do all... You want to do all this cold stuff, but it's too spoilery. Let's just say not again. It's a little teaser for the YouTube crowd who might assume that that means we are red-black. But no, really. Not again. Let's do a par poll. Well, talking about how I wanted Shimmerdrift Veil on black, but what I like here is a keep and putting it on green. I mean, I think that's the thing to do. Tron would still put it on black. A little more bold than I am, I guess. I'm being a scaredy pants about it. Well, given that we don't have our 3rd land yet, I do like playing Hawk here because we may need to activate it next turn. I could also, of course, foretell the Raven, but I want to be ready to activate Hawk in case of no 3rd land. Yeah, Raven would be better as pack mate, but, you know, 5th pick card or whatever, we'll take what we get. Maybe it was even later than that. All right, so yeah, we do have to pilfer. And I'm going to get rid of one of these Thought Thieves. Keeping the Blood on the Snow just because it's such a important later game card for us that, although, you know, these are castable sooner. But this is castable now. If we cast these, it actually helps us get to this. Maybe I'm like looking actually ditching the Bergstrider here. as or maybe I'm being clinging to the blood on the snow might not be great because it's way far off. But we do have we have black mana here, number 1. I kind of like getting rid of Bergstrider and finding a land and using these to save us, really. If we get something like a Snow Island, though, I think I'll just play the Outrider and then try to Snow Island these. We got a Snow Forest instead, but that's a similar sitch here. We can... Well, actually, let's play Esika, because this is green, right? So we can ramp here, and have something that technically blocks the Firewalker, although I have a feeling we're going to get... pinged here, and I'm going to leave the Hawk back. I would trade Hawk for Firewalker, so I'm going to cast this, threaten a double block, and I think I make it. They have a card here that could blow us out of a... Yeah, we might get Demon Bolted Dentron. I'm ready for that. I don't know what we do, though, besides try and... Okay, it wasn't even that. Like, it's actually better that they had that because it's just a 1-for-1 with a little bonus on the Firewalker as opposed to just a complete blowout. But I really feel like you gotta make some blocks in a situation like this that we're in. Demon Bolt would have been a 2-for-1, so instead we only got 1-for-1. Whew! Interesting choice to exile when they couldn't even play a land, but I don't know what that got them. Here we're gonna play tap land and Outrider. You like the Thief? I guess we could do Thief. I guess right now Thief isn't going to get bigger from the Outrider anyway, so that's fair. Yeah, let's do Thief and it'll set us up. Thief, I was on Outrider, but like currently we don't have blue snow, so let's look for blue snow. That's blue snow. It's blue. It's got the word snow on it. And yeah, that is easy graveyard. You're right. I don't need to overthink that. I'm not going to double block, so at this point I will be attacking with the Hawk. That Yeti is stinky here in this spot. That Yeti drawn on a stalled board with a Boreal Outrider in play is game-winning. Gotta block. Agreed, David. That rider is something that I talked about when I read out a list of comments that my friend and former colleague Tom Lapilli had about this set. All right, we're close to... Got black source number 1 to fire this off. Still need a second. And on that front, I like a Thought Thief and a Raven Foretell. But let's start with the Thought Thief. Ooh, Rimewood. I'm going to go Graveyard with it because it's not black. It is blue snow, though, so it would turn on our Boreal Outrider for blue creatures. But I think we are... But is that worth it? I don't know if keeping blue snow is worth delaying our casting of Blood in the Snow. Yeah, I'm graveyarding it. We also have the blue-green Saga. This fuels something for that Saga if we end up there. And do this. You'd loot rather than Foretell. Also fair, but what I like is... I love how Foretell stows this away for post-Blood. But I really want... Oh, that's the worst. That's going to be brutal. We did find some more land, though, so that's decent. I don't know if I'm supposed to play into this situation. Probably need to... Yeah, I guess we can Outrider Raven. I guess we have to do that. I was trying to set up for Blood on the Snow ahead of this stuff, but I don't think we have the luxury anymore thanks to this. People saying hold a turn. Man, it depends on whether or not, like, we're actually casting this Blood on the Snow. Maybe if we don't cast the Blood on the Snow, we can't win against the trolls. So maybe holding is correct just because we're going to lose to the trolls unless we Blood. In this case, though, we're going to hawk away anything that's not a way to cast our Blood. We do have a Vandal, but, you know, we've got to draw it, like, immediately. Let's start by seeing what we get here. Do we want more land? I mean, we want another black. Like, we need to cast this or we're going to lose. We're going to lose to the large number of 4/4 green troll warrior creature tokens with trample. But we're going to discard this. Stop it. Discard this to play this. Although this needs double black as well. Should we hold this for discarding for looking for more black? No, I guess I'll play it and then we're still going to just be pitching stuff that's not black mana. Okay, they only got one. That's great. Yeah, less trolls is reasonable. All right, we got out of that with only one troll from Oppo. That's pretty lucky. And this is interesting too. Screams pump, right? Like, there's no way people... nobody's sending Svella into their doom. But we are going to double block to just draw it out. Because, again, to win this game, I think we're going to need to cast the Blood on the Snow. So let's continue to force Oppo to use resources. And they'll do something to save Svella. And then hopefully we continue to find our black source and wreck this board. Maybe they're just willing to trade Shaper for Outrider? But they're close. Oh, they just had another one. Okay, that explains it. That fully explains.
Hey, Stella! Can't you hear me yell?
And let's go ahead and take out the new one here. Yeah, I can't loot away this Brawl when it will pause. It'll hold off on Svella here. And they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're a land drop away from just firing this off. Yeah, we're going to look to trade Thought Thief off for Mentor or Packmate here. Probably Packmate. It's bigger. Mentor has creature types that matter. This attack with everything but the 1/1 suggests that this is just going to happen, that they don't have tricks. We're up against it here. We need... basically a swamp, not a duel. We need a swamp in the next 2 draws. not a swamp, but maybe we have to play this and because then we survive. We can put Hawk on 1/1. We can threaten a 2/2, and we also threaten to crew and block a 4/4. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Yeah, I can look. Let's see. We have one swamp left, and we have a sulfurous mire and a woodland chasm that if we can find, at least give us a swamp in a second turn. We knew this was a risk. I was saying I'm not doing this on this mana unless this is a great card way late into a game, and of course it is, but it's also being a little slow even for us. I'm going to keep the Hawk back. Threaten this 1/1. Oh, that's true. Slumber Mound could go after the swamp. I don't think Oppo understands, though, that that's what they're trying to get. Yeah, they're going for that. That makes sense. Trouble is now, yeah, it's fine. Unfortunately, now we can't loot and blood on the same turn. So we might be, we might still be in trouble here. And that second 4/4 is really tough. But we could top deck. Let's just top deck the swamp naturally. How about that? Natural swamp top deck. And then take over the game. I'm in for it. Very close. That's why I need to top deck it, Fenor. That's why we need to top deck it. This is all right. This is okay, too. Are we still dead? Let's see. Oh, the trample is tough, huh? So 6. This gets 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's dead. All right, we're just dead. No, we're not. Trample does it. At least my math says we're dead. Really? With trample? Look at all that trample. We go, oh yeah, here and here. Sure. All right, we can do it. You're right. Let's give it a mostly then. Because if we play this mostly, we'll top deck the swamp.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Now, what if the swamp is 2 cards down? If the swamp is 2 cards down, then I'm supposed to loot. Oh man, tough choice. I'm going to assume that it's on top. I guess the answer is always loot, right? From a limited resources standpoint, I should have looted because you always loot, right? Come on, Magic Gods. It would be pretty cool to give me a swamp. Boo. Earns. But now I really want to see the next card to see if we if I should have done it. All right. Well, here we go. Lost the first one. This is what happened yesterday, and we got 7 wins, so no worries. That's a great point, Fenor. Fenor has the final decision there. Given that it was truly 50-50, it made no difference in our odds of whether or not we were going to find the swamp we needed. I should have looted because then we'd at least know. And yes, bunch of letters there says you probably should have been looting with 3 seasons. That's fair, although the bottom line is we needed to yeah, that's another good reason. It puts it over the top, right? I mean, these are like 50-50 scenarios that just the tiniest little shred on the other side of the scale is enough to say, yeah, that's correct. So I think it was, another, Fenrir says another thing in the yard for blood. Letters says another thing in the yard for 3 seasons, right? So there were, turns out, as it is funny, I was joking about it, but the heuristic of always loot did turn out to be correct there, and I should have just gone with it. Anyway, we'll jump back in. I bet it was there. I bet if I just played that correctly, the magic gods would have rewarded me with the swamp. That's how they work, you know. All right, this looks pretty darn good. Hopefully, can we get somewhere with this? Let's start with the port, so I can hawk if I want to on 2. If we draw a basic land, I'll definitely hawk. If not, we might tree line to set up for pillar. Tell me it does not ever get hexproof. All right, it's a thing that gets big. Got it. I'm gonna go with Hawk or Behold here, because then next turn we can, if we don't get a land, we get tree line plus the other one. So I think I go Behold, because if we don't draw a 4th land, then next turn I'm going to want to go ahead and actually just cast Behold. Yeah, I think that's what they came up with, that Dark Stars, that it's the most text-heavy set ever. I assume that means like reminder text as well on things like crew. Like that if you're counting the word count on, you're counting the parenthetical words. All right, we did get another 4th land. We could go ahead and pillar, but this isn't doing much yet. I like the same play of tree line, hawk, and then swamp next turn can get us a chariot. Yes, this is the swamp we had last time, though. We needed a basics, a non-snow basic swamp. So far, I'm not seeing the support in Oppo's deck for this spirit, but they might have just drawn poorly. Maybe they're full of all sorts of snowy answers to stuff. We're going to go ahead, though, and swamp, attack, and chariot. Just get this chariot going, make him answer it, or kind of start taking over with it. It's just value town. I mean, we play, we've seen many make 2/2/2s for 4 mana at common. So like on the face of it, making 2/2/2s for 4 mana is a common level playable spell. And then you just get, for the rareness, you get this free chariot behind. Maybe we should call it a Chrysler. I got me a Chrysler, it seats about 20. So come on and bring your cat token money. Well, I like trading off with a token. Right? Because we just, like, Yeah, we can also just crew and block. Oh, wait a second. They're tapped out. I don't think they are thinking this through, because I didn't. I understand you, Oppo. I didn't see it till just now. Shame scoop incoming. Shame scoop incoming. Oppo. Oppo, I feel you. I didn't even see it myself until just right before I did it. You didn't need to scoop. You had game. Tron thinking like me. Sorry that bummed you out so much, Oppo, but you can come back and win that game. You should stick with it. Don't shame scoop everybody. Just lick your wounds and make the next best play. When the Cy Young Award-winning pitcher serves up a home run, they don't walk off the field and sob. They try to get the next out. We're going to keep this. Looks good. Let's see. We want to start with our only blue source. Let's do that. Probably into Forest. Although, again, let's take a look, because maybe the correct play is Chasm, no play, then Forest into Outrider, and then pumped up blue stuff. Yeah, let's go for the Outrider play here. I like that. Yeah, Outrider almost becomes must kill. And they might be able to do it. We're just going to ditch Narfi. We'll get Narfi back later. Hey, look, we can cast our Blood in the Snow if it shows up this time around, but we're going to go for the Outrider plan. That's true, we can get him right now, but I like the Outrider plan anyway. Let's work our hand a bit. Although I would hate to get Narfi exiled from graveyard. Yeah, next turn Hawk Foretell Raven seems great, or even Foretell Saw It Coming if we feel we're in a spot where you just want to protect. Will just like Narfi this turn. Totally fair. 4-3 Snow 4-3 on turn 3 doesn't suck. I guess one reason to have gone with Narfi last turn is that Boreal Outrider doesn't actually pump Narfi out of the graveyard because we're not casting it. We're playing a graveyard ability. We're not casting a spell. Nice pickup for next turn, but I think we just want to spend 4 mana here. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, we could do this in Narfi. If we do that, then we untap. The trouble with that is that we are on 1 blue source right now with a fistful of blue cards. So I kind of like... I like casting a blue spell this turn. So, yeah, saw it coming, but we can't. We can only do that if we foretell it. And I think I want to give him. I'm going to go shields down on saw it coming for now, and go Pilfering Hawk, foretell Raven, or foretell. We're going to go Pilfering Hawk, foretell something though. That's my plan. You tell me what we're foretelling. This is where I'm starting. If we want Raven, maybe we go Raven. Because we can even, if we draw a natural snow land, we could end up going Raven into Narfi next turn. Media says Saw. I did Raven on that logic, but Media's got a good thought too. Also, that was somewhat of a dangerous attack. If they had the 1/2 -2 -0 Rogue, they could have traded off for that Boreal Outrider and only lost a 1/1, or only lost a 1-drop. Fascinating. So, yeah, Raven Foretell again, right? And I should attack... Well, let's see. Let's Raven first, because if they do something to the Outrider... It sets up an incredible next turn, as pointed out, because with 5 mana, a bunch of it snow, we get to return Narfi with a hard counter up. That's going to be hard for us to lose if we can get there. Oppo pausing on single black means Village Rites or the rare. There's a rare Foretell card that when stuff dies, you make zombies. We kind of hope it's that, but seems like they're probably going to Village Rites the Disciple here on blocks. And that's fine with us. Yeah, interesting that they chose to save 3 damage over giving themselves a land drop last turn. I agree with you, Fenor. I think when you're choked on land, you gotta take some beats to the face if you have the tools to dig for land. Oppo in the tank probably means we're going to pick this one up. They haven't snap dropped a land, and even if they do, I'm not sure what they manage for 4 mana against this board ahead of us. Untapping with Narfi and a counterspell? Like, that's just... Yeah, it's not even sorcery speed. You can make this a combat trick of pumping your zombies and snow creatures. Yeah, Tiger's Shadow, good, but even that Skull Raid didn't really hurt. Maybe they're going to bounce Raven, that's fine. They seem to be... Oh, yeah, they're going to bind, that's fine too. All this is fine. Oh man, we can... We were going to saw it coming. Oh, we don't have the graveyard fodder yet, but eventually we can get rid of this bind. Let's see, is this good? Yep. And I want to do this. We could wait, but if we do this now, we pump both of these creatures, so I'm going to do it now. This, I mean, we got a hard counter ready. I can't fathom what they do for 3 or 4 mana to get out of this. I don't think it exists. Yeah, I was keeping my eye on it, and they did indeed leave us with that. That doesn't even stop us. We're going to let that happen. We're saving counters for things that actually lose us the game. Or actually save them. Even that doesn't stop it. Like, great, okay. I could counter it to advance my daily quests or something. All right, come back with a couple of wins after an opening loss. As often seems the case, doing some work in the losers bracket. Yeah, I don't think anybody enjoys being mana screwed, but I think Oppo could have made some better choices given their mana issues. Well, this is keepable. We don't have our black yet, but we've got blue and green and a lot of blue, so let's keep it. We're going to go Forest Behold, barring something else interesting. Nothing else interesting. Could go Saw It Coming, but again, as you see, I kind of want to wait and save this for protecting our advantaged board. Jinx likes the idea of having this available right away. I think I want to save this for the more powerful stuff that comes in the mid to late game. That was my thinking there. I'm going to Behold first and then likely play this tap land anyway. Blood on the Snow, are we anywhere close? We're not really close to that yet. It's one of our better spells, but I'm going to drop it since we're not close. And then keep the land, though, because we do want to get whatever land we can here. And we'll play a Rimewood over the Port. Port needs double black to do anything except enter tapped anyway. That's fair. Hat saying I didn't really need to do that main phase because I had the land drop. I did like that we got a better land drop, but a totally reasonable observation from Hat. And here, I think we're just going to play our our Mana Maker. And then we have potential Bergstrider next turn. You just like the Yeti? I always like playing my ramp when I can. They're going to drop a creature and attack with this 4/4, probably. Because we could also go 1/4, Blizzard Brawl, kill Gladewalker. Because how is it looking at snow permanence? But I don't know if we have enough snow permanence. I'm going to do like this. And I need to set this. We're also running out of time. We only have, yeah, we don't have enough snow permanence for that play anyway, so I'm going to do this. Can't hard counter the body to drive the boat with the play I made, but I don't mind using all our mana and getting this thing out. They're going to get attack in here, but we can manage. Let's see if they ramp. Must be nice, Oppo. I never hit on that card because I never played it, but must be nice, Oppo. Hey, there you go. So now we'll do some blocking and know that if we need to, we can at least kill that thing via Vandal. How are we going to win with the Wooburg enchantment, though? We need to find... How are we making the red and the white? I mean, we have a little bit. We have a natural... Sulphurous Mire and a natural Arctic Tree Line, which give us red and white in the Shimmerdrift Veil, but boy, that's a long ways off. If we brawl and keep up a counter, they can't drive the boat. Yeah, that's true. But brawl... What are we fighting? I'm gonna play this to give us some time. But then it dies. I'm not gonna kill that thing. Oh, you mean with this? Yeah, with the well, no, but how many snow permanents do we have? Okay, yeah, no, this isn't snow. We don't have enough snow permanent. We only have we have 2 snow permanents. And this only does a fight unless we have 3. Oh, I thought it was crew 4. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm going to say no attacks, and then now I have a moment to reconsider this brawl. Yeah, it's snow, but this says if you control 3 or more snow permanents, And we have 1, 2. I don't know where anybody else is getting a third snow permanent. So I'm going to end the turn. Yeah, they could give us some sort of indicator. Historically, they've been pretty good about showing us a counter on the stuff where the counter matters. So I'm surprised they don't have a little thing on here that shows us what our current snow permanent count is, you know? Well, to be fair, it is it's a winter world, you know. Everything has snow on it in this world, but everything just can't be snow mana. We could block here and trade. I don't know which one they would kill. I almost don't. I would happily trade either of these for that, though, I think. Although this gets us our black mana that we don't have yet. They didn't send anything else, so I don't think they have anything else. And we're at 14. I'm going to do it. I don't know if you like this block or not, but it's the lack of sending anything else that makes me think they don't have a trick. All right, they did have a trick. And that was my thinking, is if they blow us out here, it's going to leave us with the Vandal play, which it did. So, unfortunately, they did get the blowout, but fortunately, we get effectively a 2-for-1 of our own here. And then we can even hold up Saw It Coming after that, or we can play some other stuff, but I'm going to start with the Vandal for sure. Yeah, you want old school? I guess I can give you one of these. It's got the word Vandal in it.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And we could Hawk, and then we could successfully Brawl if we wanted to take out, like, that Mentor. That makes sense to me. We can even do it. Yeah, we need the Hawk in order to get it, but we go shields down on our counters. So that's the question. Hawk Brawl or hold up counters? And I think I like... No. Oh, yeah, sorry. Now I'm making the same mistake. Sorry, you all talked me into this being a snowland that it's not. So yeah, we're going to hold up counters. Good call. Yeti was the other one. We went -1 snow permanent there. That they can have. Although it might get out of kill range next turn. Like Brawl, like we can't even Brawl it next turn. We can Strider it. All right, I'll counter it. Just because we don't have the tools to solve it in hand right now. That's what I mean. Like if we let it land, it becomes almost immediately a 3/3, and a 3/3 is not even something we can handle next turn. And if it becomes a 5/5, it even gets out of Bergstrider range. I guess it doesn't get out of Bergstrider plus Brawl, but. Now we got Berg and Brawl. And we'll do that on... It doesn't really matter. We'll freeze the Thought Thief and... We could go ahead and Brawl, but we might want to wait for something better to Brawl. Let's do that.
All right, everyone, chill.
Yeah, we could. So you just want to use this so we aren't in trouble? That's fair. We're at 11. They're down to 3 cards. We're about to start looting. All right. Hodge just talked me into it. We'll do this. I don't know if that's what Hodge even meant, but that's what made me think that that's correct. Slowly bringing it to stable here. Ooh, Realm Eater is a bit rough. 3 seasons. What does this say? You have to look for permanents or cards, you know? It's no permanents, so we don't get the Blizzard Brawl back. We get Draugr back, though, so we at least get 1 right off the bat. I like... can we keep it all? Yeah, we can actually do it all in the sense of Hawk, Seasons, and then hold up Stroke. So we'll do that. Start with Seasons, see what's there. Ooh, new options with Narfi in the yard. But Chapter 2 is going to get Narfi potentially, although we'll probably get Hawk and Draugr and then just bring back Narfi on our own. Do we want to swing with the Bergstrider? I didn't think we were on attacks here. I'm going to stay back. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, Radiant Wear. You wanted him to die so that we'd get him back with the 3 seasons. Well, if they attack, we'll block with it, and it might still happen. As one of these wordy rares. Gosh, all these rares are... That's the thing. It's like we talk about the double-faced rares with all their text, but it seems just all the rares have a lot of text on them. Heavy text set. We knew that. They did the math. Yes, I made that joke yesterday, Scotty, but with Minnesota. I graduated college in Minnesota. So do we have the snow? We don't currently have the snow mana to bring Narfi back via snow. So I kind of like and we have a Hawk already. So let's bring Narfi and Draugr. Of course, we don't have black yet for either of these, but we'll Thought Thief and try to change that as well. I'm going to start with the Thought Thief, and then we have the Hawk to consider after that, but we'll stay back on D here. Snow-covered island is not what we're looking for. We need black sources, so we're going to pitch that. Even though it is snow, and we do like snow, I can't keep not black sources right now. We will loot at end of turn and have Stroke up for the turn, and we can do both if needed. Three cards in each graveyard, probably Blizzard Brawl, Behold, and like Bow for us. And then we just have to, there's no choice. You have to do it, so we have to give Oppo some as well. We'll counter that, sure. Yeah, Narfi might have been better in the yard, but if so, we have Hawk to put it back. So I still like bringing it. Because if we find the black, we'll be happy to hard cast it. And if we don't, we can... If we find the non-black snow, we can pitch it. Arachniform. I don't like running that card at all if you can help it. It set yourself up for 2-for-1s. I mean, if we draw, for example, our Ike Pillar, and we just tap this down for the rest of the game, it's done nothing except cost him a card and mana for no value whatsoever. Tim Knows summarizes that in a shorter statement. Hey, we did it. So we're gonna go, let's just say we got black. I like the Behold back in the deck. I like the Removal back in the deck. I like the Counter back in the deck, or the Hawk back in the deck. I think I like the hard Counter back in the deck. And then Oppo will give them the non-removal options. What do we have for Sarulf before the end of this game? Is that just going to get big and eventually... I guess we have Blood on the Snow, so we can eventually just destroy everything. We have Icebind Pillar to tap it down. And we have Blizzard Brawl and Bind the Monster to potentially contain it all, although Brawl no longer does that. We don't have anything big enough. Not playing Draugr because of lack of black mana. We just got our first black source. Hooray! Wow, they're offering that. I kind of want to pile everything on. They're not sending anything else. Do you like this? Even this? Like, just... Can we... I guess if they bounce... We're at 11, though, so how much do we... how much can we take before we have to call the bluff? I guess we can wait at least till Narfi gets down. Let's take... yeah, we could chump and then drop Narfi. I like Hodge's suggestion. The trouble is chumping puts another counter here. I'm going to say no blocks, actually. I don't want to give him another counter. And then Narfi next turn provides a lot of action. And we can even hawk here. 5 is pretty low. I guess we... Second black source means if we draw Blood on the Snow, we can cast it. Yeah, we could Narfi, but we don't have... We have one... We only have 2 snow, so we can't bring Narfi back if we do that. Now, those of you who want to dump Narfi are assuming we can get him back, and I think we need Narfi out next turn. How? I don't understand what... I don't see it. I'm gonna... Yeah, but you need to actually make snow mana. We have 3 snow lands, but not 3 snow mana. Of course, we draw a swamp to make us... Snow lands make snow mana. 1, 2. And? Yeah. I know, but it's tapped. Jeez. Am I dumb or are you all dumb? And I'm saying that none of us are dumb, but we're having a difficulty communicating. And this is often the time where I go, oh, and then I embrace how I was the dumb one. Oh, you said next turn. Okay, we just weren't communicating. All right, no attacks. See if we can survive. Hodge thinks we're dead. I'll figure it out once we get attacked. I see. So the line from those wanting to pitch Narfi was simply that we would we'd cast the Draugr to survive and then Narfi the turn after. I honestly didn't do the math. My feeling was that Narfi pumping up this team was mattered, you know, and here we are with literally across the board, everything getting another +1/+1 of power. So Yeah, copying Bergstrider was an option we didn't even think about. This the complexity of the set. I'm forgetting my own dual lands. Yeah, Narfi chumps forever now. Narfi's just always blocking. Welp. We got to do stuff now. We got to pretend like they don't have anything. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. And then like this. Narfi enters tapped. So that's something to consider. But like, what else do we have to do here but block? Yeah, I'm going to loot. I'm ready to loot. Ready to loot. But let's see what they do first. Oh, that's true. Bergstrider's going to die as well. Well, if that's their thing to save, that's fine by me. Yeah, Strider on Thought Thief would have been better, right? Oh well. Making decisions with 0 hourglasses. So the idea though is that you put Hawk on Recluse and Strider on Seeker, and then Strider lives, which would have been obviously much better. No, it would have, right? Live Strider versus dead Strider. Oh, I forgot to loot. After all that talk, I forgot to loot. Sorry, gang. I got sidetracked on that conversation, then totally did forget. I was remembering until I forgot, though. I remembered until I forgot. Hey, look, blood in the snow. We get to do it. And in fact, do we get to do it all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We get to do it all. So we'll blood on the snow. Hold. Do we get? We just need to. Oh, we can't do it all because we need. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, because we had to use this snow, right? We don't quite have it. Don't quite have it. That being said, we're still going to blood on the snow. And pay with the maximum. And bring in, say, Draugr. Sorry, I'm making you rope nervous. I'm rope nervous myself. Scry 3 going to be nice for Oppo, and I'm sure glad we got the sweeper off before they got Rune Eyes down. One top. Okay, they only found one of the top 3 that they wanted to keep, so that's decent for us. We do have a couple of lands here to start working as well. Chariot, though, is great. I'm gonna do this and this. Yeah, sorry, I should Narfi, you're right. Narfi because value. And we still only have the 3 snow, right? So we're gonna accept that. The trouble is now we can't make it menace, but I'm okay with that. I'm gonna offer the trade. That's fine. If they trade here, great. Because then we have Chariot behind. Oh man, that's crazy. True saying animate the chariot, copy the chariot, make a token copy, and then you can start copying the token copy of chariot with the chariot. Oh, it's legendary. That's no fun. Well, it would still make cats, right? It's still like ETB make 2 cats. So Oppo doing the same thing our previous Oppo did. Let's see if this Oppo has something. I'm gonna make him have it. Raven is nice, but yeah, let's do some copying, right? I like that we can do this right now, and yeah, I'm gonna say that was pretty good. All right, well, Blood on the Snow indeed saved us. Barely survived that one, but we did. Our rares saved us. Again, Prince format. That one we got through thanks to the rares in our pile. It requires commitment. I think the thing with snow payoffs like Narfi is that they can be seemingly overpowered on the surface because you really need to commit to get there. I mean, yes, we have a card as powerful as Narfi in our deck. You know what we had in order to had to do to get there? Third pick basic lands, right? It's a reward for third picking basic lands in a draft, so I think it's totally reasonable given what you have to do in a draft to even set it up. Here we are again with a place where we have a Shimmerdrift Veil for turn 1, but I kind of want it to be on green. I'm going to keep, though, and we'll see what we draw. Maybe, ideally, we draw some green or black source that really informs this Shimmerdrift Veil. Instead, we get another blue source, but it enters tapped, and we do have a Behold, so at least we can put off deciding on the Veil. We can go port into Island, into Behold, and forestall this decision, including potentially casting Behold before we have to make the call. We could also hawk and start looting, but I'm going to go for the plan I expressed and just start with the Beholding. Yeah, I'm going to Behold here. And it'll at least tell us what we need to put Shimmerdrift Veil on, right? And we have to discard. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We cast this, go 8, 9. We play the land, we go down to 8, and then we do have to discard. So if we do that, if we Behold here, we're discarding. And maybe that means, yeah, we can either Veil and hold up Stroke, or just play the Hawk. I like Veil on green and play Hawk. Dentron wants the Stroke up. as much as we can counter things on turn 3 and 4 with stroke in this format, I still think it's better for a late game choice. Like, countering that would have been nice, sure. All right, we found green, of course, right after we already committed to our veil on non-green. We have 4 total mana. Don't really have a way to use all our mana unless we want to pilfer, which we could do. So let's go Hawk, or excuse me, Forest. And then we'll go with the 1/4 Mana Maker. And then we have a loot ready for the Hawk. I don't know. Talk to the flavor folks, but maybe certainly I think as it's too narrow, like if you put snow on a card, then it's really should be about snow in some way. And if you do a cycle of mythics that are all snow, then you've made it 100% of what your set is about. And I think that's maybe taking it too far. It is Oppo's turn. Let's see. What is this about? We got an Ice Hide that can pump. We got a Spirit that technically can bounce here. Is there instant speed? This is snow permanence. So if there's a flash snow permanent, we could get blown out. Is there a flash snow permanent that I need to worry about? I'm going to risk it. Maybe this is too much risk, but I feel like if I'm not blocking with my 1/4s, what am I doing? And we don't even need this mana production. Like, if they use an important resource to kill it, it's not that important. Yeah, it could be Jarl, I suppose. Jarl punishes the block, although now they've spent their black, so it's not Jarl. Pillar is nice. Vandal gets nothing right now. We could ditch the Vandal. We could ditch the Thought Thief as being low impact given the board. It does trade off with a Packmate though. It trades for some stuff. So does the Seeker though. I'm going to get rid of the Thought Thief, I think. And then if we find land, well, we're never going to stroke plus Pillar here. Yeah, I'll get rid of the Vandal. I just feel like the second I get rid of the Vandal is when they play an artifact or enchantment that I really want to destroy. And we have 6 mana now. Okay, with 6 mana we can actually Icebind, tap, and hold up stroke. So let's do that. We can also behold if we don't want to stroke anything. Yeah, I know I don't have a creature in the yard for this, but if we wanted to eventually use this, you need to keep it in your hand, that's all. Yeah, we could have dumped a different creature in that case. Oh, I forgot to pillar. My bad. I got distracted in chatting. Ouch. Gonna pay for that one. Let's see, though. We will do this block and take some pain. Not really good to play your Icebind Pillar and not use it, though. That was really our defensive play of the turn, and instead we took 3 unnecessary damage. By the way, somebody in YouTube comments thought that me last week eliminating the punt command was inappropriate. Like, we're trying to learn here. What? It's too early to eliminate the punt command. And what I want to say about that is, I'm not trying to not talk about my mistakes. I just made a mistake there. We can talk about it. What I don't want to do anymore is spend all this time debating what a punt is. Let's discuss and learn, but I am not interested in this ongoing debate of what is punt. So now we're going to behold. So yeah, that was too bad that I took some extra damage there, but we can... All right, that looks good on both fronts, I think. We have not a lot to get with 3 seasons yet, but I think we want to keep that. Yeah, I should have tapped differently there. More mistakes. They're all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total mana. What are we spending it on? Chariot gets us pretty wide, and then we can hold up stroke and tap and loot. We could also just Chariot, Brawl, and tap. Right? I think I like Chariot, Brawl, and tap. But what are we brawling, and what does that get us? Maybe we don't. I guess we can brawl the pack mate, but I really want to brawl this spirit. But we can wait on that too. We can go tap, loot, hold, brawl. Yeah, okay, let's do that then. We can do this. We can't do, I'm getting rope nervous. We can't, everything needs snow, so we can't both snow. I don't consider that a mistake though, because I wanted the God Tree on blocks. Oh, that's true. We could get rid of the snow troll. I like Haj's line. We're gonna say no attacks, but we can absolutely pick off snow troll. And we do have the permanents, right? Snow, 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 yes. I don't want to use creature mana because I want the blocker. That's the thing. I know we have icy. I guess it doesn't. I guess either way is the same, huh? Icy, Icebind Pillar mana and Untapped God Tree both prevent 3 damage. I guess Icebind Pillar does it with less risk, though. Yeah, Icy Tap is better because it doesn't risk putting a creature in combat. So that's another thing I could have done differently to be a little more efficient. And here you go. Not only would it have been better even before the Kennel Master makes it quite clear that holding the Pillar Tap would have been better. Yeah, you know it's a snow card if you think it's a white card on accident. Yeah, exactly. I could have used the God Tree. I could have used the God to cast the Brawl and then still had the tap. So we don't, though. We're going to let them swing in and see what they want to do. The power of the Chariot is like, do you want 2 2/2s or 1 4/4? What do you want to block with? In this case, what do we want to block with? If we bring out the Chariot, we can throw it in front of the Spirit. We can... we'd be taking 8 otherwise. We can throw... I think we're gonna chump... I'm gonna even throw the Hawk in front of the pack mate for this turn. But I think we should try and eat, right? It's either trying, because we can't kill this. The boast. Who's got the boast? Yeah, but that doesn't change. Yeah, we can't. We're not going to take 8. Don't worry. 8 was always too much. I am going to crew the chariot, though, is the thing. And then I like a block here. I like a chump here. And I like a don't take any damage here if I can. So we lose the hawk here. But I think that's a reasonable price to pay to stay at a reasonable life total. Still could be Jarl. This could be a Jarl to finish the chariot or the god. To the extreme. What are they going to take, you think? Probably the chariot, but the pillar is pretty scary. All right, 6 mana again. Again, in a spot where if we spend this, we can't block with this. But if it means having pillar mana available, we should. I want... I do. So we have 5 mana to spend in... really 4 mana. If we want a blocker and a pillar activation, we have 4 mana. So that means like 3 seasons hold up stroke. Or Yeti and have another blocker. Thought Thief, if we do that, we don't have Stroke and Pillar, which maybe is okay. No, I guess we do have Stroke and Pillar, but only Stroke in second main. Like, basically, if they cast something first main, we have to tap. All right, I'll go Thought Thief then as a blocker. Look for some help here. Blood on the Snow, can we cast that? We are... we have 1 black, not 2. It might be what gets us out of this, though. I think we need to keep it and then try and cast it later. So now we are looking to tap something down with Ice Pillar and the Forest, holding up Island and God for the Disdainful Stroke. End of main? Who's at their main? Why do we need a stop? I don't know why we're putting stops somewhere. Well, I'm just going to remember Pillar to the best of my ability. If I fail, y'all can chuckle at me. But let's do this. And tap their biggest thing. Weird attack. Why are they doing this? Like we get to trade off with a bunch of stuff and then we're okay? I like this block. And now we have Pillar for tapping. We have, I'm going to go Seeker over 3 seasons because I really want to get that snow. Well, actually, if we have a forest, a snow forest in the yard, I could do that, but we don't. Yeah, God has vigilance. Thanks for that reminder. I totally forgot that. We're going to stay back, though. And I do like Seeker, keeping up snow stuff for Pillar. Could even 3 seasons. If we want to... Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's 3 seasons. Playing slow here, which you see why I'm sticking to best of 1 right now. I think this would not be an acceptable pace if I were still best of 3, so I need to just get more comfortable here. I'll get there. Tricky format. I'll get there, but right now, happy that I'm playing best of 1, where my pace of play doesn't punish me with match losses. Well, not every time. Hey, look at that. We got our... Got our black source. We can blow the world up should we want to. And I like sending in the Seeker here and continuing to just tap down. We could even send in... This is a free attack, technically, so let's do it. And then I'm going to go... Yeah, we can also return stuff to the battlefield eventually. God, there's so much to do in this set. There's just so much to do. I want, I think, even more black. And I like Draugr or Yeti. We can just go Yeti and have Pillar. At this point, I like the fact that Wrath is just a backup plan for us. We'll put Behold, Brawl, and Stroke? Lake? Yeah, Lake Stroke is what I was thinking. And then Oppo, Duskwielder, Death Knell Berserker, and... What's... these two are obvious. I don't know what the least... What one do we care least about them getting back? Yeah, I guess Packmate is better for us than these other two in this stage of the game. Play this, and we are now on combat. We're going to be able to drop Hawk and Draugr and tap, so I'm going to continue to swing pretty aggressively. And Swamp, Forest, Seeker. You like attack all. I'm still being super conservative on that front, but maybe I should just be attacking all. And I like Draugr. I like Hawk as well. Whatever. Dumping it. Try to get him dead. You know, they may have a blood on the snow of their own that we're playing into or whatever, but I'm not going to play around their rare, and I want to get them dead. So now we can tap on offense and activate this if they block our biggest, we can, this is unblockable, this can be effectively unblockable, this is unblockable, they block this, but we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How is it lethal? Making a token. How are we making a token? Oh, yeah, right, this one. You mean bring something back? This is a return. Well, I'm distracted by trying to win the game. But this is definitely going to happen, right? We're pumping the Draugr. What's the lethal you see? I'm nervous. Oh, I have a rope. So we make 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need 4 unblockable after this, or 3 because we can pump this again. And they block our biggest, and we still get 4 through. Okay, I see it now. I just had to make sure that I was seeing it. We can even play this. Oh, and we do this. And this. I just knew that it was sure. I knew that we had extra. Better overkill than underkill, yeah? Woo! Hang on there, brain. Hang on there, brain. Yeah. All of you who say the Yeti wasn't necessary, I say your imaginations have failed you. I understand. I'm going to start muting people who tell me about the Yeti. I get it, gang. I get it. We won the game. Shut up. All right, nice start. We can decide how we want to, like, maybe we want to shimmer drift on black just to have our double black right out of the gate. Not the worst idea. We have everything else. There's not a lot of double. There is the double green legend we have, but I think we can risk that. Can also start on Mirror Lake and see. Well, I'm going to time D out because Dionysus is your savior. I have timed D out as a metaphor for timing all of you out who are talking about the Yeti. He deed for your sins. Let's see. Let's foretell the Raven here. Suppose I should be playing Snowlands if I can. We might find Narfi. We might pitch Narfi or something like that. So getting Snow on board faster is ideal, I suppose. But since black is our splash, effectively, I was just liking getting my non-splash mana going. You can bring D back. He doesn't. I was just making him an example, but just a joke. Timeout of D on that one. Welcome back, D. Took one for the team. Well, all right. Now I like it. I was trying to figure out how we were going to eventually brawl the Raven successfully with our Raven, but now we have a new plan. New plan. Outrider. Well, actually, Outrider does not give us any pumped creatures next turn. So, but I still think playing it out this turn is really nice. Yeah, we need blue snow, and we can get there with here, but I still like starting with the Outrider. And at least it's a 3-for-3 race currently. Oh, another thing we can do, though, I see it now. We at least have... So we didn't find our snowland, so this hawk is not going to be big, but we could... Well, actually, we can just Shimmer Drift Veil and then have it anyway. Yeah. All right, so what about... Yeah, we can Raven Brawl, but we don't get... The question is, do we want to get Outrider benefit on the Hawk or the Raven? If we do that, if we Raven Brawl, we don't get a... Raven with the blue and Swamp. What do you mean? This does not do it. If Snow of any of that spell's colors was spent to cast it is the problem. But we can still do it, and it just doesn't get big. So I'm going to do this and say blue. And I'm going to go Hawk. And I'm going to go Brawl. And then swing. Maybe add a different line there. I don't know if that was the best line, but it's a good one. This is solid. I like it. Sets us up for Raven on Outrider next turn. Bergie boy. Can't pin down the Hexproofer, unfortunately, but we can go with Horizon Seeker Augury Raven. We don't get the bonus on the Horizon Seeker. Yeah, Bergie could be a 5/5. That does crash through there. But it's one of those two, right? We either get a big Bergstrider or a Raven Seeker play. I think I like Raven Seeker or even... Yeah, Raven Seeker is what I'm going to do. But I need to do it this way, please. Yeah, if they swing Giant, we get the free tap on it. That's true. Can't pay with Snow, can we? Oh, we can pay with Snow, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, there's a lot going on with lands in this set. I know the guy and worked side by side with the guy who did the initial programming of Auto Tap. He liked to say he could spend the rest of his career refining Auto Tap. He could spend the rest of his programming days simply making Auto Tap better and better and better at how it figures stuff out. But it is complicated. I think people really underestimate just how complicated a system it is. Everybody just wants it to work. Dumb auto tap. Why can't you figure out my life? It's like, because Magic is hard, especially to code an auto tapper ahead of the time, you know, ahead of the game. Yeah. All you can do is remember to preview. All right, Oppo not attacking, decent in that we can start to look ahead. If we Seeker, are we willing to trade Seeker for a land here? I don't think so. We can Bergy, though, and then at least Berg Strider starts to attack next turn. So why not? Plus meme value.
All right, everyone, chill.
Couple of turns attacking with flyers. Next turn we can make a 4/3 Thought Thief. 4/3 is not enough to deal with a gianted amulet, or amulet on giant, but gets us wide. Maybe we can get around the giant. Well, gonna have a tough time getting around that. But let's see what we can find for the job. Might need to go hunting for our sweeper now. Let's also, we have a, we can copy something like a Bergy, knock it down, get in. I don't know if we have, do we have the mana for it yet? I don't think it taps and freezes it because we didn't use snow, but it'll tap it. And then I think we even throw away 3 points of... Like, even the Outrider is fine here. Like, they can take the Outrider. You got it. We need to focus on damage now. If they want to eat a 3/2 and take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, that's pretty good for us. Two lethal giants now. Angel has vigilance, that's true. Yeah, I still think it was correct. But we may have trouble closing from here. Double counters on the Thief is a really interesting line Radiant Wear. Radiant wanted to clone the Outrider we let die, and then our Thought Thieves would be 5/4s. No, wait. We're supposed to draw a pillar, not you. We're the pillar deck. It's rough because we only have one large creature in the Berg Strider, and now it's fully stopped by that. Although buying the monster, great for us in return. We can knock down the Angel Warrior, take a full 6, ouch, but it does set us up to potentially win from here. You want to actually... Yeah, I guess we didn't have attacks into the Hawk, so it was fine to go to combat first here. We weren't really going to attack here. And... like, let's see. We have 2 blue, so we can start with this Thought Thief. Snow-covered island, not what we're looking for. Yeah, they can move the sword around. That's tough, but I mean, I don't know what to do. Still gotta take out the big flyer, right? If they move the sword, we have to chump in the air. If they move the sword, yeah. Well, let's see. Maybe we can just take it. 2-1. Oh, it doesn't even get vigilance. I thought the sword granted vigilance. Ah, nice. Sudden flight. Gonna put us in a chumping position. If they swing away. If they... Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm saying... they have lethal in the air, so obviously if they choose to attack, we have to chump, but it would be lethal on the crackback for them, so they probably won't, is what Haj and Scotty are saying. If they attack, we love it, because then we chump and win. But I'm just saying, with 6 power in the air, we would have to. How about our own pillar? Can we win with a pillar off the top? Stroke, you're a little bit late. Because they're... Yeah... Well, we'll move to attacks again. They'll tap down the Strider. And with 3 flyers to their 2, we still don't have flyer attacks. Yeah, let's go... No attacks. Thief. Take a look. Want to find some action for the top of our library, please? Ooh, can we do the thing? We have blue, we have black, we have green. We don't have white, red, so we can't really do the thing. So are we even keeping that? No. It's not useful as an enchantment. It's not useful as a 1/4 on the ground. We're going to bin it. Our Veil is making blue, so we can use the Disdainful Stroke, or we can loot if we don't stroke anything before the end of the turn. Avalanche Caller, that's not fair. We can't counter it either, but if they get aggro, we could still come back around for the win, but that's rough. How about a good card for us off the top? Something game-winning off the top. Yeah, we're totally getting rid of the stroke. I mean, we get to loot, so we get to see what's... I mean, if we draw a land, we'll probably pitch that instead, but... I can't wait to loot. It's going to take a lot to get me to forget to loot this time, because I'm excited to try and find something to win us this game. And we're close. They have effectively 4 blockers here with... Well, they got 2 snow lands and 6 mana, so they actually have a lot of blockers. Wow, this card is good. But Pillar, they don't get 3 things. You don't get Pillar and 2 4/4s. You get Pillar and 1 4/4 or 2 4/4s. No, they could make 2. They just couldn't Pillar as well. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, Scotty. Like, if we're winning this, it's because we're getting wide enough to get around their blockers. This could be an infinite, and it doesn't really matter. It matters if we can get enough around it. Almost failed to loot, but I remembered. Hey, look, we'll take that. We'll take that. Can we cast it, though? Can't currently cast it, but we still got to get rid of it, right? Bow. Bow is another creature. Let's look at where we're at blocker-wise. They have 1, 2... They effectively can block 4 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving us with 1, 2, 3 getting in, which is not lethal. Yeah, let's Chump Attack Seeker for black. I like it. Great call, Sheesh. And Bat Meme. I forgot we had the Seeker. I totally missed that. It's absolutely correct. Especially since... Do you think they did that because I put my mouse over it? Or are they sniping? Hey, Radar. I'm going to talk to you because that is the most snipey thing I've ever seen in my life. If you are legitimately playing around an unknown Blood in the Snow, maybe I should back off. It's amazing how many times you think it's a stream snipe and there's actually a reason for what they did. It's sus. Let's just call it sus, but not a known snipe. So in this case, though, I think we just need to play the bow. Yeah, that's the thing. They can just block this, but they've been able to do that the whole game. Why did they suddenly change to it now? I don't have emotes on, we wouldn't even see. Radian's looking for attacks. Partly this is my brain breaky situation where with 0 hourglasses, I couldn't even fathom the math. So, I don't think they were like, it's sus. All we can say is that it's sus. It's not definitive, but that is some serious sus. Radar, if you happen to be stream sniping, don't do it. If you're not, well played, because you're puzzling out some stuff here. It makes it worse. It doesn't make it infinitely worse, because frankly, we immediately put back something that's lethal the next turn. Right? I mean, we... oh, I thought we had one of those joggers out. But... yeah, that's true. They do tap whatever we play. Scry 3 to the top. Well, that's not exactly what we want to hear. So now I'm actually going to loot hoping to find a reason to pitch the blood on the snow and find something that wins us the game next turn. Well, certainly, Evil Tool says just attack next turn and I think you win. We're going to find out because I don't have much else to do. But I think we need a little more help. They have too many blockers. So, decision time. This doesn't help us actually win the game next turn, so I think we send the Hawk away. Draugr. I was already in trouble, that's the thing. All right, let's see. We've got... do we need to do anything pre-combat, or are we just seeing how they tap first? Let's start by seeing how they tap. Right? Because there's nothing to do pre-combat here. That's the main thing. Unless we wanted to Hawk. But we can even do that. It's just really sus that they switched to that as soon as it mattered. Yeah, moving the bow could help us do something, I suppose. But no matter what, there's flying. I think putting on the Bergstrider threatens the 6/6. But if we can survive, I don't know what their draw is, but Grim Draugr to the board could actually help us a lot, right? But still, we're on no attacks here, I think. But let me look. Let's see. They've got the ability to make one snow 4/4. So they effectively have one extra blocker. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers for our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So we only get 2 through, and that's not going to be enough. So no attacks. And play Draugr. You like hold Draugr for loot? I like continuing to try and get wide here. I think getting wide enough to get through, especially if we draw a pillar, and this is 2 blockers with the menace. This is a good card for us, I think. Yeah, Oppo's going to be drawing gasoline. Oppo has scribed 3 to the top. That being said, no, I thought they topped. I thought he topped 3. I say he. I thought Oppo topped 3. Weird to top 3 and then play a Ruined Crown, though. Because that means you've topped 1. Pretty big game, though, to get the white rune, I gotta say. Puts us in a spot where we need to find our swamp big time. All of our planning so far has been about getting their last 4 gone, and now they get to get 11. Yeah. So now it's a question of whether we even loot, because if we find a swamp, we lose our ability to cast the blood on the snow, but we are kind of digging now for Vandal. I don't know about game, I haven't done the math.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Hard to say that it's game, though, when we could just naturally draw a swamp and cast blood on the snow. I know they draw a bunch, but still. Library counts at 16 to 18. So we're ahead on library, if we thought that was an out. Didn't they just time out with 0 hourglasses? Why is it not just passing the... Why didn't they give up their turn there? Do you think they clicked something right at the end? I guess so. So here we are at do we loot or not? Always loot, right? I mean, the real punishment is that we get a swamp. Radiantware says don't loot, but if our only out was blood on the snow, then I'd be with you. But don't we have other outs? Like, I want to dig for that for the. I'm looting. I think you're all wrong. Here's where I'm going to loot and get a swamp, though. I'm looking for Vandal. So, choice time. Extra cards and a scry. Or keep our chance at board wipe. Radiant says, gotta chuck. Mike says, keep. So I don't think it's an easy choice here. Well, it isn't as an option. I'm going to chuck the blood. And I guess we behold and hold the land for looting and do a behold here. Not necessarily. That's just not true, Haj. That's just not true. How is that true? What if we looted and found a forest, Haj? We're ditching the blood because we looted a forest? Of course not. Sorry. Activate menace, attack all. I gotta do mass now. Don't have time, gang. I'm gonna do this before I time out. This is suboptimal, but before they time out, there's a swamp. Too bad. Yeah, they have lifelink. I don't know. A lot of reasons to question that angle. That was weird. I played this and it's untapped, but it enters tapped. Didn't I? Uh-huh. Huh, now you're going after the Icebind Pillar and not my Horizon Seeker radar, huh? Jerk face. I think he's a sniper. I think Radar's just a dirty sniper. Radar, you are an immoral person and you should feel bad. If you had any honor, you just scoop and leave right now. We all know Radar 16. We all know you're a slime ball. And we don't like you. Well, here's the thing. If Radar is innocent, Radar's not hearing this anyway, right? So, I guess if Radar, if you found this from some replay or something, and you're not a slime ball, I'm sorry. My comments are only for you if you're being a slime ball. They suddenly stopped tapping my Horizon Seeker after I no longer needed the swamp. We could just throw the non-flyer in the way since it's more blockable, but at the end of the day, we need all the power we have. Eat the 1/2. How am I eating the 1/2? Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. The reach. Yep. The one I was talking about blocking the other one with. Well, this is rough stuff, especially because the rune allows for double... Yeah, it is pretty much over, but let's seasons. But they have 11 life. That's why this is basically over. Yeah, reshuffle the Wrath. That's not our new out. So let's... I should have maybe saved that for the loot, but I'm kind of just flailing now. I don't really have a good plan. I don't know. Why can't I nerfy? Oh, 4 mana. Oh, because this is a lie. What's up with this port? I think this port is a... What is with this port? I'm gonna restart. There's a... At least I can report a bug. And now it's taken forever to even cancel. I can actually... It happened when I played the land... I played an ETB tapped land right at the edge of rope. So it seems like some sort of race condition where I timed it just perfectly. But let's see where we're at. Ah, it had it in our hand. Okay, well, there you go. At least we have a little evidence on stream. Wow. Yeah, we do get a free game of a free event. I'd still like to win this game, but free event for us. Boreal. I guess we go Narfi and Hawk. Or Narfi and Loot. Outrider into Hawk, also interesting. I'm on 0 Hourglass thing. Also, partly they're seeming to be struggling with Hourglass, so I'm trying to put it back on them. Cloning Bergie, if they attack with the something hexproof in the air, would be good. Yeah, looting Narfion board is fun too. I'm definitely not playing this tightly here, playing on 0 hourglass. In fact, I should stop focusing on chat and focus on like what our plan is, which at this point is basically trying to reshuffle a Wrath in. Yeah, port, we gotta keep our lands in mind. Port is bring something back, so we could get back something, Max Vandal, perhaps? Bring back a Vandal and kill a pillar. You figure out what we need to kill with the Vandal. No, Yeti's not game because we're going to draw our pillar. That is just going to happen. Can't do anything about it. $12 cards to 9, so we're behind on that front. 3 Seasons is going to refill both of our libraries a little bit, but it does let us refill with exactly what we want. And I'm going to loot, even though we're already behind on cards, so getting deeper into our library doesn't matter. I think we can live without that. And we want junk. This thing's not that great. And I don't think we want to give him Raven forms back, but we don't want to give him let's see, maybe the Spirit is okay. They're kind of a ways off from making the Spirit do anything. They can have this back. Ah, no, hold on. This back. I think that's correct there. And then our graveyard, we were looking for our plan, which is going to be Blood on the tracks. It's going to be Chariot as a bomb, and maybe even a land copier, Vandal. Although Vandal we can get back with what we've got already. So maybe we want like a Brawl or a copy. Let's get the copy lake. Although, do we even have a... I don't know if we have a black source for it. Might just be dead to the Frostpeak Yeti since we don't have tap. I'm not even a highlighter or anything because I don't want him to see it. But basically, I think we are basically dead to equipped Yeti. Oh, it did it again. This one slipped away from us, and we're now going to lose to an equipped Yeti. But at least we got a free event thanks to an arena bug. Radar, we have left things on. You are hyper sus. There's a couple of things that could explain your behavior, but hyper sus is where I'm at on radar. And stream sniping. Either they're stream sniping or they're playing quite impressively for a gold account. I know I'm gold too, so you don't necessarily know everything. Looks like they figured it out, gang. Well, Radar, if you manage to puzzle all this out without stream sniping, I salute you for your excellent play. And Radar, if you are stream sniping, you're gross and awful, and I don't like you. It's one of those two things. Raven form is desperation removal, but I wouldn't call it a card just because of that game. I think you play a Raven form in best of one, knowing that it's really important to be able to get rid of incredibly difficult, powerful things. But 3 of them, Oppo was playing 3 Raven forms, and I just don't think that's ever going to be correct. I don't think that's necessarily what lost. Certainly it's a debatable line, Scotty, but I wasn't the only one who wanted to ditch the blood there. All right, another decent looking start. What can we do with it? Let's find out. No black yet, but Boreal Outrider and Brawl and Saw It Coming, all enough for me. Yeah, they were going to draw 3 off of blood and have a pillar behind. That's why I ditched the blood. It didn't seem like the cleanest of outs we had anyway. A 3rd untapped land means that we can skip the Mirror Lake here, play the island, foretell the counterspell, and still have Outrider on 3. If we had not drawn this land, I would have played the Mirror Lake to ensure Outrider on 3. Brawl is a fight, not a punch, and this has Death Touch, so in order for us to, like, brawl away a Death Toucher, we need the 3 snow permanents. And we're close, not there yet. We got 1, 2. This, not a snow permanent. This is, but we don't have Swamp. We don't have black. That card is poison. All right, some black mana for us, and a 3rd snow permanent for us to fight off that Seeker and get in. Kind of like this, actually. Could have gone for the Death Toucher, but I like getting in for 4 here and taking away their ability to fix. I will say, Hat, that that very song and the very song that I just sang there were under consideration for use in the theme. Yeah, let's counter that, I guess. Use it while we got it. I mean, this doesn't even scare me that much. Kind of want to let him have this and beat it. But use it while we got it, I guess. I'm going to go with Draugr to block the Fangbearer. Although, I regret my turn now. I should have attacked with the Rider, found a land, played an untapped land, and done land, find, and Draugr. So that's too bad. We can also, yeah, let him attack. I mean, I don't think we're going to die to poison. We just got to watch out for that, right? So maybe take this turn to actually Frostpeak Yeti and get the biggest, spend the most mana, get the biggest thing on board, and Draugr, and just race here. Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking of this as the. You see what I confused it, right? I conflated this with the seeker, but we don't have the seeker, so I didn't screw up. But if I had the seeker, I would have considered it a screw up. You know what I was mixing it up with, right? The common. Chariot. Well, we are 1 to the blood on the snow. We could make a trade here. But I think we say no blocks here and then set up for blocking next turn. Hey, Vandal. How you doing? You doing all right? I like your style, Vandal. We can send in the Outrider, let it die. And then Vandal up the Chariot, which I like doing over letting him even attack once with the Chariot. Although if we send in the Frost Peak and let that die... I don't want to Draugr first. I would if we were going to send the Outrider, but I like sending the Yeti here. They probably just take it, though, is the thing. I think we send the Yeti, but only because they probably just take it anyway. And if they let it die, we'll do the Vandal play, and if not, we will set up for next turn. Swing both, says Darkstar. Well, now I wish if I'd done that, I really wish I had played the Draugr up front. I'm going to keep it back because of that. I want the Draugr to get a counter. Yeah, we want them to eat the Outrider. The idea of letting the Outrider die is that we then follow with Vandal and kill their bomb. That's the idea, right? So now I'm just going to... yeah, somewhat go for a race here. If they want to attack with a Chariot, they need to tap down some blockers. Yeah, one more token. That's the value of this thing, right? It just provides so much value so quickly. But all we got is blocking decisions. I agree. Block with Draugr and block specifically Chariot. We can double block. And then have... 4/4 to handle all these 2/2s. If we don't block this, eventually we have to block this eventually, we just lose to it, right? So let's do this. Ouch. At least, though, we still get to Vandal, and this all still works out. So, ouch, but this is okay. So... we're in a spot here where we could let this go, but then we take one more from these kitties. So we should decline and at least threaten to block these once. Oh yeah, Vandal the Crown is interesting, but I think we do need to take care of the Chariot. And play this. Oh yeah, we can do some copying here if we wait one more turn on that. Yeah, we're looking for the second swamp. We knew it was going to be a problem with this deck. We have 5 sources plus a creature that can tap. So, yeah, copy Vandal, kill Crown is better because the Yeti that's left behind is even more powerful, right? I like Jinx's line. They swung and missed. We'll take it. That's happened to me. Oh boy, I'm stiff. I don't know how I slept wrong or what I lifted, but I am having old man muscles the last couple of days. I've been taking a lot of painkillers and saying ouch a lot. I gotta make sure I do the right thing. The language here is so weird. You have to read. I decline to sacrifice this creature. Now, we can attack, but should we? We send in the Yeti and it trades right now, so we're gonna say no attacks. That is quite the noble kitty. Very, very fluffy. I bet you put this cat in water, though, and it looks like a mouse. Let's foretell. I'm just wondering if we need blood on the snow to have a chance here, and if so, we should foretell. Is it a free attack? What makes it a free attack? We don't have double black. If you're talking about foretelling and casting blood on the snow. So... But eventually, we're gonna find. Yeah, I say let's do it because we're gonna need to cast Blood on the Snow to win here. I'm gonna say foretell. Like, we're just so up against it here. The only way we win now is Blood on the Snow, so we might as well play like we're gonna get it. You think we have the chumps to race? I don't think that seems realistic. I look at this board. So I'm going to play to drawing Swamp and getting out that way. Yipe! All right, it's really our plan. Boy, is it our plan. Hey, plan! That's all right. We're going to have some fun here. I think the magic gods are with us. We're going to rip a swamp off the top, and we're going to be just fine. I think we got to try to take out this Lindworm for the most damage, though, right? And then we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I guess that's, oh, you're right. I did it. You're right, Jim. Because technically one of our outs is a sulfurous mire, which is technically a swamp. Oh, you're right, Jim. Now we're going to draw sulfurous mire instead. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, actually, I think we should just chump because we can't win unless we cast Blood on the Snow. So we should just prevent the most damage we can. And actually, that means this. Well, we're not dead though, right? We can still live. So 3, we block this and like this and take 3, 4, 5, 6. It's your fault for pointing it out, Jim. If you hadn't pointed that out, we would have just drawn the swamp. So I actually blame you. I hear you, Jinx, but couple reasons. This is a snow permanent, and bringing in a regular swamp is not a snow permanent. And we have the rare legend that if we can, Wooburg does broken stuff. So the possibility to Wooburg broken stuff and the addition of snow is what made that correct to me. Yeah, unfortunately, Oppo found the out, huh? Too bad, because we did have the... We had it. That's brutal. Really brutal. We actually had this thing. The rare legend is a mana dork? Are you being obstinate, Jinx? Or did you not read the card? I mean, it has two sides, buddy. That's where I'm trying to have a dialogue with you, but when you use hyperbole, and it's hard to have a dialogue. I can't be more clear than I've been. The primary reason for running this over a swamp is the snowness. The secondary benefit is that it powers up the prismatic bridge. I mean, it's that simple, Jinx. It is incorrect, 100% incorrect, to cut this for a swamp. If you want to bring in a swamp for something, okay, but cutting this from this deck is incorrect. It just is. I mean, do you see that? I'm curious if you see that. Like, are you really going to die on this hill? That if you were to rebuild this deck right now, the Jinx play would be cut Sulphurous Mire, add basic Swamp? Are you saying you'd do that? I want to know, Jinx. I want to know. Because you shouldn't. It's a mistake. And I want to hear, I'm curious if you can acknowledge that it would be a mistake to cut this for a basic Swamp, or whether you would actually play it. Prioritizing is one thing, but making that the decision for a deck like this would just be incorrect. I get it, like if we're aggro maybe or something, but Sulphurous Mire in this deck is 100% correct. 1,000% correct. Blood, Narfi, the Outrider, giving us big Narfi. Anyway, there we go. I am not Jinx. I am not ignoring that fact. I am grabbing you by the lapels and saying, I am not a 5-color deck. I am a 3-color snow deck, and that is why we are running the land. We are a 3-color snow deck, and it's half on color snow. That is why we are running the land. If it happens to Wooburg us to a bridge, fantastic, but that's gravy. 3-color snow deck, Jinx. There we go. Because it's a possibility. It's certainly on the scale, but it's not the reason. Of course you consider it. You put everything you've got on the scale, and you say a tiny, tiny bit of the reason is that we could Wooburg. But honestly, like, let's say this were black-white. Let's say this were black-white snow instead of black-red, which is to say, since we already have the green white, it really wouldn't be helping us with the bridge. I'd still run it. That's my point. Is that the bridge thing is gravy, and I don't know. I think a pretty consistent thing in our discussions, Jinx, is that you continually regard gravy like if the gravy isn't good enough, you dismiss the whole dish. Is that fair? Right? Like I often hear like, yeah, but you're never going to do that, therefore sucks. Or right? It's like, no, it's the bonus. It's just the bonus. So anyway. Thank you for the discussion as always. Also, you know what? I'm going to do this before we say goodbye to YouTube friends, because this came up last time. We had a legit bug here. Legit bug. So what I'm going to do is show you on air how I go about bug reporting. Let me bring up the window here. Minimize this, move this over. And then I'm going to bring you over here. All right, for starters, let me share this link with you. If you have an issue with your event, you're going to want to go here. Where'd my chat go? Hold on, lost my chat. There it is. There's your link to this page. We want to... Now, technically we're reporting a bug, which is what we saw, but we want to report a problem in our event. That's how we get a refund. Yeah. You're gonna make it hard on me, huh, wizards? Fine. Oh yeah, this is the thing that doesn't work with them. This should work. I should be able to do it without this, though. This is where I ran into a block last time. But I know I've successfully submitted it. Let's just submit a request. Yeah, okay. So you don't need to sign in. That's the thing. You can just skip that. All right, good. Oh, no, they do make you do it. Darn it. Oh, wizards. Wizards. Look, it'll be boring TV for me to actually resolve the login situation I'm having here. But yeah, that's the other thing. I'm playing. I need to log in on the account I'm playing on. So like we're playing on the GoingOptimal. I was logging in with the correct account. So I'm not going to do this on air, but I am going to provide you with that link. All you need to do, though, is sign in, report a problem with your event, give them all the details, and they'll take care of you. I will do it off air, though, because it's a little too boring. Nobody wants to see me password recover on stream, right? So... Let me bring this back up here. Let's say goodbye to our YouTube friends and claim this prize. 4 wins, not the worst, but 4 wins plus the eventual reimbursement we're going to get is real nice. Fun games, challenging games. Stream Sniper, question mark? Or just Magic Genius? One of the two. Fun times, though. Thank you for hanging out, YouTube friends. Do you think that was a Stream Sniper or just someone really puzzling it out well? Not sure. That's the closest I've come to coming down on the decision, the expectation that seemed like stream sniping, but hard to say. Hard to say. People make plays for a lot of reasons, but I appreciate that you come here for whatever reason. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. Bye.